I'm about to tell the story, and I'm about to get up off here, and that's gonna be that. And if something happened to me, I swear to God, this is why. If anything happened to me on my mother's life, it ain't released to the press or nothing like. Y'all, they is spinning y'all mad about what happened to this nail lady because she had witnessed a murder on her route at the time that she was working, and she is actively, right now today, she is actively testifying against the individual.
On Friday, July 19th, 2024, a 48-year-old black woman woke up to deliver mail and never made it home. Before we get too deep into this conversation, make sure you subscribe to Murder We Heard TV, because this one right here, it's bigger than what they told you on the news. This wasn't just a murder, this was a move, and according to what folks are saying out here, it might have been one she was never supposed to be caught in. It was a hot Friday morning in Chicago's West Pullman neighborhood. Around 11 a.m., Octavia Redmond, a USPS letter carrier with nearly 20 years of service, was doing her job, delivering mail, smiling at neighbors, walking the block like she always did.
Whenever she comes, she always smiling like, "Hey, how you doing, Kim? Do you want me to put the mail in the mailbox or you want me to hand it to you?"
At 11:38 a.m., Octavia turned onto the 12100 block of South Harvard. That's when it happened. A man walked up, with purpose, pulled a gun, with intention, and fired, over, and over, and over, 26 shots.
The exact house that it happened at, sources telling us that the killer followed Redmond onto the property. She was shot multiple times. Her items were laying right here in front. Sources telling us it does not appear to be a robbery. This neighbor didn't want to be identified, but told me Redmond just delivered mail to her home.
So I came up to the living room and I looked out this window and I didn't see anything. Then I looked out the side window and I saw her laying on the ground. And I'm like, that's the postal worker.
She was taken to Christ Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Now here's what the police and mainstream media said, and I want y'all to listen closely.
48-year-old Octavia Redmond shot multiple times in front of a home Friday morning in the West Pullman neighborhood. An unknown man walked up to her and started shooting. He got away. She later died at Christ Hospital.
A motive is unclear. That's it. No context, no background, just no known motive. But within the Black Chicago community, people were saying something very different. The day Octavia was murdered, she wasn't even supposed to be on that route. Her co-workers knew it. The union knew it. And according to a woman who went live on social media shortly after the murder,
Y'all, they is spinning y'all mad about what happened to this nail lady because she had witnessed a murder on her route at the time that she was working, and she is actively, right now today, she is actively testifying against the individual.
Because although she was doing a job that she does every single day, what was different was her route, and that cost her her life. That same woman, clearly emotional, went on to say something that should have had everyone asking more questions.
She had witnessed a murder on her route at the time that she was working, and she is actively, right now today, she is actively testifying against the individual.
Now pause. Let's break this down. She says the original carrier on that route had witnessed a shooting. That carrier was supposed to testify in court. But before they could, that route was given to Octavia. Octavia, a hard-working mother, grandmother, and wife, was sent down a street someone else had to back away from, because that street was hot. And if this woman is telling the truth, that means Octavia Redmond was mistaken for a witness. Someone came to clean up a loose end and got the wrong person. In the days that followed, the streets started talking. They thought they was getting the lady that was testifying against the dude, but they didn't know it was a different mail carrier that day.
It is wrong place, wrong time, but it's way bigger than that, y'all. It's way bigger than wrong place, wrong time. I'm confused why the media not talking about it, and I'm pissed off. I'm so pissed off for this fuck. I'm so pissed off for her fucking family right now. I don't know no names. I swear to God I don't. So don't even be trying to figure out who I am, none of that, because I don't want no smoke. I swear on Jesus, bro. Y'all is wild as hell. It is fucked up. And I'm about to tell the story, and I'm about to get up off here, and that's gonna be that. And if something happened to me, I swear to God, this is why. If anything happened to me on my mother's life, if anything ever happened to me after this live video, this is why. Because of this video right here today. And it is what it is. But so the way that they portrayed it to the media was that, oh, this mail carrier, you know, she was doing her route, and shit. They really didn't give too much of a descriptive like informational detail type of scenario about the events, but they was just saying along the lines of, you know, she was working her route for the day and she was shot and killed. They kept it short, kept it brief, didn't give nobody no facts, no nothing. Y'all. Ooh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I wish I could let somebody else do this, but I have to be the one to do it because I know that I have the facts. Like, y'all. The real true story behind what happened to Octavia Redmond. Octavia, she was on a new route. Now, this is where the lies, I'm about to compare the lies for y'all. The media made it seem as if, oh, this was her normal route. No. And that is why I say, yes, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, because although she was doing a job that she does every single day, what was different was her route. Which way she went that day. That was different. And that cost her life. Literally. So, as big as we blowing up the Sonya Nasty case because the officer shot her and this and that, y'all need to blow this up. Because this lady was completely innocent too. Straight up. And it's so sad that, and this how I swear to God, this tells y'all that jobs don't give a about you, G. This is about to tell y'all how much a job don't give a about you. They won't even warn you for your own safety, G. She witnessed a murder. She witnessed somebody shoot and kill somebody else during her route. As she was out delivering mail, she watched somebody shoot and kill somebody. She is actively testifying in the trial against that individual. Hear me again. She is actively testifying against that individual. So they took her route and gave it to Octavia. Octavia was on that route that day, and she died because they thought they were coming to clean up a loose end. Do y'all get what I'm saying to y'all? They put Octavia on that route knowing that the previous mail carrier had to let that route go because she had witnessed a murder on her route at the time that she was working, and she is actively, right now today, she is actively testifying against the individual. So Octavia accidentally got, as they would say, because they went thinking that they didn't know whoever the shooter was. They went back not knowing that it wasn't Octavia's normal route. They thought they was getting the fucking lady that was testifying against the dude. Why the is nobody talking about this?
The story of the murder of a postal worker shot while delivering mail took another turn with an announcement by Chicago police that a 15-year-old boy is now charged with her murder.
Police tracked down that boy more than 250 miles away in Iowa. Our Megan Hickey spoke with Octavia Redmond's letter carrier colleagues about the arrest and their push to improve safety for postal workers like her.
Octavia Redmond's colleagues were relieved to hear that someone was arrested, but they still want to know why she was targeted, and they hope that her death leads to changes in the field.
And now we got to relive it again.
Letter carrier Elise Foster tells me she got the call about an arrest early this morning.
I talked to her husband, Demetrius Redmond, and that's my first call, let him know that my heart goes out to him and that, you know, it's a step in the right direction.
48-year-old Octavia Redmond was fatally shot multiple times while delivering mail in West Pullman on July 19th. The shooter's getaway vehicle was found abandoned and torched in the middle of a Southside field. This surveillance video was the only look we had at the shooter, showing someone getting into a Dodge Durango before the shooting and then running across the street and out of view of cameras after shots were fired. CPD said they tracked this suspect down to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where the 15-year-old was arrested on Monday.
Who tortures a car after a random shooting? Who needs to hide something that bad? And why? Did it take a week of outrage before we even heard about a suspect?
Arrest in the murder of a Chicago postal worker. A 15-year-old boy is now charged with killing letter carrier Octavia Redmond. She was shot to death in July on her route in West Pullman. Police say the boy was arrested yesterday in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He's charged with first-degree murder and is due in court later today. We'll have more on this story coming up for you on our news starting at 4 o'clock.
Here's what don't add up. How does a 15-year-old get his hands on a gun, get into a stolen Dodge Durango, fire 26 bullets at a woman he barely knows, and then burn the car and vanish out of state? This ain't no teen snaps and kills story. This got planning, moves, and a mission. Let's go back to what the streets said.
Because she had witnessed a murder on her route at the time that she was working, and she is actively, right now today, she is actively testifying against the individual.
They thought they was getting the lady that was testifying against the dude, but they didn't know it was a different mail carrier that day. If that was the plan, that shooter, whether he was 15 or not, was sent to kill. So now we ask the big question: who sent him? Who put that gun in his hand? Who gave him the vehicle? Where is the kid from? What is his name? Who has seen the picture of the kid? And who knew enough about the route to target Octavia right at the corner of 121st and South Harvard? Because Octavia hadn't posted anything. She wasn't on social media bragging. She wasn't in nobody's business. She was just working.
A postal employee, we take it as seriously as anything we could do in this job.
We've been asking for help. We've been asking for safety measures. But it should not take it to come to this point. They asked for help, they were ignored, and now Octavia is dead. Now check this out, and pay attention, 'cause this part right here, it's not the first time this route had problems. Octavia was the 4th regular carrier on that same delivery route in just 4 years. 4 carriers, same streets, same complaints. Redmond was the 4th regular carrier on her route in 4 years. Other carriers on the route had filed complaints about assaults in the past. More than 140 letter carriers have been attacked on the job in Chicago since August 2022. 140 attacks. Let that sink in. So you mean to tell me no action was taken, no protection was added? These carriers were getting robbed, assaulted and followed, and all the Postal Service did was rotate them like clockwork. And when Octavia died, they had the nerve to act like it came out of nowhere.
Union leader Foster says CPD Superintendent Larry Snelling reached out to her following this shooting. They will be meeting to discuss security measures following this incident and the other.
Now they want to meet. Now they want to talk about it. Where was the concern before Octavia was gunned down in broad daylight? After the murder, postal workers and labor allies gathered at the Letter Carriers Union Hall in Chicago. They didn't come for handshakes. They came to raise hell. Hundreds of United States postal workers and labor allies rallied Monday morning outside the National Association of Letter Carriers, Branch 11 Union Hall on the South Side. They came together to express their frustration over the uptick of assaults they face on the job. Somebody stood up and said what needed to be said. We want to go home to our families. Unfortunately, one of ours will not be going home. We've got a problem with that. And just like that, Octavia became a symbol of everything that's wrong with the way this system protects the very people that serve it. A woman who just wanted to finish her shift, got put on a route she didn't know, and walked into somebody else's beef. While the city argued over motive, while the postal union pushed for safety, and the media tried to piece together what they couldn't explain, one man was left behind, with no more answers, just an empty house, and a heart that would never heal. I don't post anything and haven't in a long time. We kept everything to ourselves and those close to us, but I can't anymore. This is killing me. When I say this woman was everything to me, I mean it to the core. I'm lost right now. I just lost my whole world. He wasn't just grieving, he was screaming into the void, because there's no comfort for the kind of pain that comes from knowing she should have never been on that route. Let's not get it twisted. Octavia Redmond was more than just a mail carrier. She was a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a good neighbor, a soul with a big smile, a woman who loved to cook, who loved to dance. Her favorite artiste was Usher. She loved people in general.
Took a life. Now his life is potentially going to be gone, for the murder. And why? That's a question I'm asking. We all asking why. Why her? What did she do?
She did the job with dignity. She made sure everybody's mail got to them, even when it wasn't safe. But that last delivery, she never made it.
And because we've been asking for help, we've been asking for safety measures, but it should not take it to come to this point for us to get what we need while we out here delivering our mail.
They said a 15-year-old boy pulled the trigger. They never said who gave him the gun. They never said who told him where to go. They never said who mistook Octavia for the original witness. And they never explained how a teenager got access to the kind of firepower that leaves a woman with 26 bullet wounds.
And that is just not right, you all.
Justice for Octavia!
There were loud chants and tears shed.
Have lost a sweetheart sister and a friend, a well-respected auntie, a super cool cousin, a proud postal letter carrier, nearly 20 years of service.
Octavia did not make that last delivery, y'all. The last delivery that President Foster talks about daily, the last most important delivery, that delivery home, she did not make it.
Criminals often don't realize the devastating impact they have on innocent families, causing immense stress and depression. But someone realized it, because after the shooting they torched the vehicle, they helped the boy escape the state, and they left behind a trail of silence. The only thing louder was the grief. Postal workers begged for protection. More than 140 letter carriers have been attacked on the job in Chicago since August 2022. Criminals have been using master keys to steal mail and rewrite checks to themselves. The union tried to pass legislation, the Protect Our Letter Carriers Act, to bring back postal police who could patrol with carriers. But it was too little, too late.
They now basically sit in parking lots and protect facilities instead of being on the street.
So Octavia walked alone, and the people who could have protected her didn't. Now the family prepares for court dates, the community waits on justice, and her husband, he lives with the echo of silence in a house she used to fill with music and meals and laughter. Redmond was laid to rest on August 2nd, and though they've made an arrest, nothing feels closed, nothing feels finished, because even if this boy pulled the trigger, the system loaded the gun. The truth is, this wasn't just a wrong place, wrong time, this was a move, a setup, a cover-up, or at the very least, a mistake with deadly consequences. And when you put all the facts together, one thing becomes clear. Octavia Redmond wasn't killed by surprise. She was sent to die, and it was all caught on live. If this story made you feel something, if it opened your eyes or made you question the silence, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Murder We Heard TV, because stories like this, they're not being told until we tell them. Hit that like button, drop a comment and stay sharp, because next time, it could be somebody on your block.